Hey everyone, this is Isaac. Join me for a quick quality check and walkthrough of the Kingfisher site. We're on about week 3 of this project, so things are really starting to take shape. And at this point, since I'm waiting on final assets, I usually like to take a morning around this point in the project to just really sit with it and find the issues and step into the shoes of the person that would actually end up using or visiting the site. So I usually start with the obvious bugs, right? Because I want to make sure that this site works and functions well. Because one of the biggest deterrents to anyone actually, committing or converting into a customer is going to be a website that doesn't perform well. So I have to make sure that this performs at a high level. So I like to just sit with a cup of coffee, roll through, find bugs, and just kind of squash them as I see them. Usually the biggest source of these bugs is going to be across the different breakpoints. So when we design and develop a website, we really need to make sure that it works across desktop, tablet, phone, really any device that people could possibly be looking at it on. And obviously when making sure that something's responsive, there is a lot of thought and effort that goes into how things are going to respond to given breakpoints. So a lot of the bugs that I find are tied to that. So I'll usually make sure the stuff is resizing properly, that the sizing is proper, so things don't look too funky. Anyways, outside of that, once I've kind of squashed all the major bugs that I can find, I'll kind of take a couple minutes to kind of clear my head and put myself into the shoes of someone that would be considering the service that my client provides. So in this case, Kingfisher Roofing, or Construction, sorry, they do roofing. That's kind of one of their main services among others. So I'd like to just consider, what steps would I go through if I were someone that was looking for a roofing service and I visited this site and I was evaluating Kingfisher with someone else. How would I process this site? Because one of the bigger benefits of having a on-brand site is having messaging that aligns with your service and really connects with your end customer. So I really like to take some time at this point in the project to sit and do that. Now, we don't always catch every bug, but we do offer 30 days of support after a project launches. So even if we miss one or two, we'll always come back and make sure that everything is operating as it should. So yeah, this is honestly one of my favorite parts on the project. It's kind of fun to see everything come together because first week with a wireframe, honestly, it's basically just a stick figure drawing. Second week and third week, kind of start to dabble in design. But around this third, fourth week mark, things really start to take shape, and it's really fun to see a project get to this point. And so it's kind of a moment where it's like, oh, this actually got really real. So yeah, this has been a quick walkthrough. This is typically what I do at a very high level for a quality check to ensure that every site that we hand over is and up to our quality standards. So yep, have a good one.